Hello, welcome to this class. In this class, I want to teach you about uh, working with integers. So, taking a look at my editor right here, I want to create a function that adds, to illustrate the arithmetic function. I want to create a function that adds two numbers together. We can do that by just simply declaring function add what number, and then you say that int, which is the number data type number one, and then you also want to say int number two, and let this be public, and want it to be a pure function, returns an int integer. So with this, you can simply say let this be a return number one plus what number two, and that is it. So when I save this with Ctrl S, deploy, and it's here. I check it out. I add 2 plus 3, that is what 5 right there. So I could also duplicate this function and say increment number. So I have number 1, number 2. I could save this as what an integer. This should be result, okay, is equal to. Now there is this thing called an incremental operator. Is still one of the mathematical operations. So I want to increment this, whatever result that we get, I want to increment it by 1. So I could use result plus plus, and then I can return this particular result, like that. It's that simple. We can't say return this because what will happen is going to return the value of result before it actually increments it by 1. So you want to first increment by 1, and then you can return the result. So when I save that, erase this, deploy new one, check it out. When I add 2 and 3, brings out 5. I add the same number 2 and 3, and boom, see, that is 6 now instead of 5. So the result is 5, and then increment it by 1. So you can actually do the same thing for subtraction, decrementing values. So for example, I could decrement this value, call it decrement, and I could just change this to negative, and also I could bring this and say sub number, and we just minus this one and this. So let's compile this, remove the older one, and deploy. Okay, we have it right here. So in this place, to add number 2 and 3, it gives me 5. To decrease the number 2 and 3, 2 and 3, that is 2. Basically, what is happening here, 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, and then decreased it by 1, which become 4. And then in this increment, if I still supply 2 and 3, you see it add them up, which is 5, and increase it by 1. And then the subtraction, say 2 and 3, it actually subtracted 3 from 2, which will result in -1. So basically, this is how you work with arithmetic operators in Solidity. We also have other operators such as divide, and division and subtraction, which you could do on your own, but to just make it a lot more rounded, let's increase that. Let's just say this one is divide number, and this is what multiply number. So we can say for the one of divide number we can use this, and the one of subtract number we can use, the multiply number we can use that. And when you compile, you deploy, and you can do add them, decrease, divide, Okay, um, that is because why this thing is returning 0 is because 2 divided by 3, it's going to be about a decimal places. Okay, and solidity doesn't work with decimals. Okay, it works with integers. So it can't when it's returning, it can't return a decimal place number. So it has to, like, convert it all to what? 0 by default. Okay, so if a number is going to be less than 0, less than 1, then it's going to be returned as for 0 when you do perform a division. But let's say this is 5 and then we are dividing it by 2, and then decrease the IC, it returns 2. So that is one of the things you must understand about division operations in Solidity and working with arithmetics. So you can also multiply this, we've already increased this, returns 6. Here you specify again, multiplication, which return 3, that is 2 times 3, 6, and then this subtraction, and return -1. So these are all the basics of arithmetic operations in Solidity, and you can always do more, with it. So hope you've gotten some values from this lesson. If you did that, so I would recommend you actually smash that subscribe button and like and share. I'm going to see you in the next class.